So hey, I have a tool I want to show you today that is pretty cool. It's a hand tool called a Stanley Rabbet Plane. This is an old 78 model. What this is used for is to create a rabbet. See how this has like a little step right here down? You can make a rabbet joint, and it's pretty cool. So I want to show you today how to use this. I'm actually not really very proficient with this. I haven't used it very much, but I'm going to go through and study over the next week and see about technique, about how to use it the best way possible to get the results you want. It's not a hard tool. There's a little technique involved, but it's pretty simple. I'm going to show you today just how I can use it right off the bat. I haven't used it much. I'm definitely not perfect at it. But what we're going to do over the coming weeks is make a project where we're going to create a picture frame, and we're going to use the Rabbet Plane to create that step down in so we can lay glass down in or clear plastic to protect the picture. So let's check it out now. It's actually really fun to use, and again, it's a simple tool, and I will break it down even more in the weeks to come, but I'll just give you a quick demo today so you can see how it works. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, so I have a scrap piece of pine here, just in the vise, and you would normally want this all nice and square on the edge to make a really good rabbet. I'm not sure if it is, it's close, it's good enough for a demo today, but let me give you a quick close-up again on this. Right here, we have a depth stop. You can adjust this up and down, and that will allow you to set the height, or the depth rather, of the rabbet. So like kind of the groove you're making, the depth of that. And once it hits this, once the board reaches this, it'll hit and it'll stop it from going any deeper, and you are done. Now on this side, I have what's called a fence, and this fence just rides alongside the board. Let me see if I can show you on another piece right here. So I've got my board here. It will ride alongside and keep it from going any further in. And so let's me set how far in I want the rabbet. So anyway, let's see if there's anything else. We've got the blade down in here. I'll go into more detail later, but for now, let me show you how this is going to work. Oh yeah, one other thing I want to mention really quick. Right here is called a nicker. It's a little blade that scores the wood, because this right here scores the wood ahead of the plane blade so that you don't get tear out. Again, I can explain that more in detail later, but just know that's what that is. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start here, and that nicker is up here. And let's see if you can see this. Right now, this is all flat. So I'm going to go back, and that nicker is going to create a line. Let me see if I can come in here and get a better view for you. There we go, and you can see that line right here that the nicker created. Okay. And again, that line is just to prevent tear out from the plane blade, because it goes before the plane blade. So we're going to start the plane. I'm going to work my way back, just get a feel for it. See, if you didn't have the nicker to do the score here, and you just had a plane blade, there would be nothing preventing tear out happening. So that little line creates so the line is up here, the blade is back here, the line's been created, and then when you push forward, the plane follows. So it just creates a little dividing line that cuts so that you have a clean rabbet. If you didn't have that, like I said, it would splinter out and it wouldn't work very well. So anyway, let's keep going here. I think I'm going to go ahead and set this a little deeper on my depth. I'm learning with you as I go here, so definitely hang around for a few weeks if you want to see what kind of progress we make. But this thing actually cuts really easy. I know one of the tricks is just to hold it really straight as you can, and there's some tricks with where you put your eyes and where you position your body as well in order to, because you can tilt this plane like this or like this, and then your rabbet's not going to be parallel straight across, which is what you want. especially if you're creating a joint. But we're going to be, again, I'm going to be learning all about that and sharing that with you over the weeks to come as we make our project. But this is fun to use, and you can cut deep cuts with this plane, so it's not something where you have to baby it and cut shallow cuts. It just really takes a deep dive into the wood and cuts really well. So I'm a little higher back here, so I'm going to try to even that out for you. I'm trying to go a little fast just to demo this, but I wouldn't be too quick about it when you're learning it. And once you stop cutting, you've hit that depth stop, and that's it. That's all the further you're going to go. I'm not cutting anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and call it done. And let's take a look. So there is our rabbit. Okay, well there you have it. That is a quick demo on the Rabbet Plane. It's really fun. I hope that you'll stick around with me in the next few weeks to see how it works out. And by the way, I meant to mention, I got that Rabbet Plane for $6. Now, it did not have the fence on it. This piece. It did not have the fence. It did have the depth stop up here. It did not have the fence. But I got the fence for like 20 bucks on eBay. So, I mean, you know, you don't find Rabbet Planes every day for $6, but you can find them pretty cheap. I actually see them all the time for between $12, $15, sometimes better, sometimes a little higher, a little lower, but they're pretty cheap and they're solid planes. We'll break it down more in the weeks to come. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please share with your friends, subscribe, and just spread the news on what I'm doing here at this channel. Again, my goal is to have fun, have you learn along with me, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So anyway, thanks for joining today. I appreciate you, and always remember life's most important order, at least what I think life's most important order is anyway, and that's love God, love each other, and woodwork. We'll see you next time.